Hey guys, I didn't really know how to start this. It's not a normal vlog. It's a more serious kind of vlog. For those of you who don't know, a lot of you probably do know, but for those of you who don't know, yesterday on Friday for me, my grandma, my nanny, passed away. I wanted to make a vlog, kind of dedicating it to her, and to kind of just talk about her and almost as a way to express my own feelings and my own thoughts and such. For those of you who don't know, back in October, she actually had a heart attack, a fairly massive heart attack, which came after years and years of smoking. And the doctors were saying on that day she wasn't even supposed to live. The chances of her living that day were slim to none, and yet here we are, almost half a year later, and she made it all that way, and it just shows she was strong. She was a fighter. Yesterday, I got a call right after I finished recording another Rhyme episode. I got a call from my dad with the news, and that was maybe around 7 o'clock at night. He said she had passed around 5. And I've been kind of mentally preparing myself for this for a while, basically since she had the heart attack back in October. And you can only mentally prepare yourself so much for something like this. I thought this was the best way to express myself. I didn't really know how else to say my thoughts, and obviously, I can say it to, my family and close friends, but I wanted to, I thought this was best for me to express how I feel, and so that's why I'm making this video. I am who I am today because of my nanny. She was there for everything. Growing up, she babysat me and my sister. We'd have, when I'd get home from school, she'd be there already. We'd have wonton soup once a week, me and my sister. The wonton soup turned into, once a week she'd get me wings from King Cullen down the block, and buffalo wings. That we'd make mac and cheese together. She was the one who taught me how to make my mac and cheese, which for those of you who know me, I take a lot of pride in my mac and cheese. That's where that came from. Taught me how to make my world famous in my family mashed potatoes with mozzarella, which mashed potatoes is the most complex thing to make, but my whole family says I make it the best. So there's that. That was also from her. A lot of you don't know I am pretty fond of gardening. Yeah, me, garden. I garden. Or I can. I don't. I can. I'd always go over her house, help her in her yard, and she would teach me this and that, and then it got to a point where, we'd garden at my house, trimming hedges, putting down wood chips, planting, perennials and all that, and shaping the bushes and stuff. She taught me all about that stuff, and to the point where, when she got older, she was able to do it less and less, so I would go over there, to her house, and she'd pay me, to trim her hedges, to put down wood chips, to plant this or that. She lived a long life, and she was happy. Sorry, I'm obviously going to get choked up throughout this video for obvious reasons. We'd always do dinner, always do lunch. She would take me to, either Fridays or Outback. I went to Red Lobster with her once because she loves seafood. I'm not a fan of seafood. She loves seafood. So I took her to Red Lobster once. I wasn't too fond of it, but I knew she loved it. And I guess that's really what mattered. Um, in recent months, it was great. The fact that she, was alive was great, but she wasn't living. She she had a live-in aide. She had two, one on the weekends, one during the week. They were sisters, and they were great. Me and my family are very appreciative of them. They helped out a lot where we couldn't. Um, but her daily routine was essentially waking up, in a lot of pain from, she didn't have a lot of circulation, especially she had a lot of foot pain, which is neither here nor there, but she in a lot of pain in general. She'd just go lay on the couch. She was immobile. She'd sleep, be woken up to eat, go back to sleep, take her pills, and that was her day. So it wasn't really living. So it was hard, obviously hard for her, but it was hard for, us as well, my family. Because as happy as we were that she was alive, we also saw, the decline physically, mentally, and, in her spirit. I said this from day one. The only reason, and I know this, absolutely 100% without a doubt in my mind, I know the only reason she made it past that first day was because my sister, for those of you who don't know, is getting married in only a few weeks now, in less than a month. And her whole life, well, not her whole life, but, up when me and my sister started getting older, she would say, first it was my sister, oh, I just want to see Stephanie graduate high school. And then Steph graduated high school. And she said, oh, I just want to see Tommy graduate high school. Which I obviously graduated high school. And, oh, I just want to see Steph graduate college. She did. Oh, I just want to see Tommy graduate college. And then last summer, my sister got engaged. And then she said, oh, I just want to live to see Steph get married. And so, that I know, that's the only reason, she fought, and she flatlined 3 times on the table the day of. And I mean, when she fought, through that whole time and early hospital days back in fall, none of us knew what she'd actually go through in the days to come. So because she was in so much pain, it's almost relieving to know that she's not anymore. It got to a point where, when we'd go see her or talk to her on the phone, you can tell she wasn't all there, mentally. She'd be saying this and that, and she said, it had to have been maybe a couple of months ago, she was talking about, and part of her knew that she was kind of losing it. She told us about how she saw a tiger climb a tree in her backyard, which obviously didn't happen. And then, we obviously tell her, there was no tiger. She'd say, you're starting to make me think that I'm going crazy. Which I think was, she obviously knew that, there was no tiger, but that was just kind of her personality. And, we would joke, like, all right, next week we'll go for a run or something, which obviously wasn't happening. But it was getting harder and harder to, keep talking to her because each conversation would get shorter. And, she'd be with us a little less each time. So I knew something was wrong yesterday when I called her after I got done working. It was around 2 o'clock, a little after 2, and I called the house, just to I called, I could have, you can always say, could have called more, I could have spoken with her more, you can always do more. I try not to look at it that way. So, but I did call her when I got the chance, and one of the live-ins picked up and said she was sleeping, and she said, "Oh, I'll wake her up for you." She apparently she'd always wake up in the middle of the night screaming either my sister's name or my name, we knew that every time one of us called, she was always ecstatic. She loved hearing our voices, as we loved hearing hers. But I called, and she said, "Oh, I'll wake her up." And you heard a, "Kitty, kitty, wake up. Tommy's calling." And, there was no response. I mean, she was still alive at that point, because she was saying, "The kitty, you have to talk. You have to talk. Tommy's on the phone." And when she was saying that, I knew she was obviously close to the phone at that point. So I was just saying, "Hi, Nanny. Hi, Nanny." Said it a few times, but no response. And and I just hope. I told my dad this. I told my sister this yesterday. I hope she heard me. There's obviously no way of knowing. And obviously, everyone who I've said it to say, of course she heard you. And I hope, more than anything, that she did. Because I know she would have loved to hear my voice. I got paper towels for the obvious reason. I'm sorry. But I'm a mess now. Whew. I knew this was going to happen. But yeah, she was a wonderful, wonderful person in general. And like I said before, I think I said it before, I am who I am today because of her. And a lot of her rubbed off on me. If you knew her, you would know how, and again I said this before, how strong-willed she was. And I like to think I'm strong-willed. And obviously, through everything, she never gave up. And it really, it got me thinking about, what I'm doing on, YouTube, Twitch, TheGameDocs with Brian. And she'd always tell me, a lot of you may disagree, but she'd always tell me how funny I was. And how happy I made her. I'd always make her laugh and smile. And I'm going to use that, from here out, with YouTube, with Twitch, with anything I do. She didn't give up in anything, and I'm not going to either. And that's my vow to my nanny, that I'm not going to give up in this. If I can make someone's day a little better, anyone, the way I would make her day better, and if I can make anyone laugh the way I made her laugh, that's all I want. That's what I want to do here, on YouTube and on Twitch. And I'm not going to give up. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm not going to give up, no matter what I'm doing, no matter where I am, no No matter what I'm doing, I'm not gonna give up in my dream here. She didn't understand fully, all about YouTube and all that. Obviously, she was old. Um, she didn't understand exactly what I did, what I do, but she still believed in me, and she was still proud of me because she knew the reasoning behind why I wanted to do it. And she'd always say how proud she was, with my drive and I'm not gonna give up ever. I'm gonna keep doing this as long as I can. Again, no matter what I'm doing, this is what I want to do. This is my dream. This is my passion, and that's my vow to my nanny that I'm not gonna give up. The same way she didn't give up. I know that. I know that no matter what I do, she'll be proud. And I said she doesn't, really understand this whole thing. And I showed her a few videos, and I would say, now she'll be able to watch all the videos, but, the I was thinking of a joke before that I would say during this video. It's stupid. She'd find it funny. Hell already reserved the rights to all of our videos for torturing purposes. So Heaven's not allowed to show our videos. That's not a funny joke. She would have laughed. That's not a funny joke. But again, I know she's proud. And, like I said before, I've been mentally preparing myself for a while because I knew it wouldn't be long, in the condition she was in. And especially recently, I've been asking myself, would I be content with how, if today was the day, would I be content with how I leave things? And I am. Like I said before, you can always say, I could have called more frequently and all that. But she knows how much I loved her and love her. And I know how much she loved me. And that's what matters in the end. I'm happy I got to see her as much as I did. I'm fortunate enough where, she was there my whole life up until this point. A lot of people didn't have that. And so I'm very fortunate. She played such a big role in my life and in so many people's lives. In my family, outside my family. She had so many stories. And she was just so full of love that she gave. She's going to be missed. She's going to be missed by many. I'm going to miss her a lot. But I know but I know that she's still with me, and I know she's going to be with me, wherever I go in life. And so again, I promise, I vow, that I'm going to do what I can to, live my life the fullest I can, surround myself with those who I love, not take for granted any moment with anyone. To do what I love. To not settle on anything. To be someone who you can continue being proud of. So, I guess that's really all I wanted to say with this. Sorry, I was obviously a wreck for the better part of this video. Thank you guys for watching and for being here. And thank you everyone who has sent your condolences. You know, it's you all. Knowing that there are so many people out there who care, it means a lot to me and to my family. And Nanny, I know you'll always be here with me. And I love you. And I miss you. But anyway, I'm gonna end this here before I get more more sobby and such. So I'm gonna leave this here. So thank you everybody so much for watching. Once again, I'm Pacman, and I'll see you next time.